Fighting off an illness is a tough enough task on the body. But when in isolation, patients often feel anxious, depressed, and angry. It became obvious to nurses on Arnot's COVID unit.
That didn't help patients recover. It actually was very hindering.
And when patients were hospitalized for months on end,
they were closed in those rooms. And in the very beginning of COVID, we couldn't even have families come and visit. So we were all that the patients had.
Eventually, Patrick heard from a family who wanted to cheer their loved one up.
And it was one of these situations, it was touch and go, and her family called me. We weren't allowing any visitors, of course. Family called me and asked me, can we come out to the parking lot and wave to her? And I said, well, yeah, sure, that would be great. You can hold up signs, whatever.
But there was only one problem, being 5 floors up.
She said, how will I know which room is hers? So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll get some Christmas lights and I'll hang them in her room and hang them on the window.
Days after, all his patient talked about was the twinkle of the lights and the feeling of hope it gave her. Hearing this gave Patrick an idea.
He came up with a Share the Light event where he had people donate little mini lights that were on batteries and went around and decorated the patients' whiteboards so that they just had that warm light in their rooms.
When Chief Operating Officer Arnot Wiley joined the team at Arnot,
people would keep talking about Patrick Perl. So this is what good nurses do. They inspire other nurses.
Going to register for the 2023 Press Ganey conference, Arnot noticed an option to nominate a nurse and immediately thought of the man she'd heard so much about.
It was a perfect intersection of nursing as an art and a science and really impacting patient experience.
Planning to bring Patrick along from the beginning, the trip completely changed for Arnot's employee in a matter of moments.
Was actually buying clothes, business casual attire for the conference because I didn't have any. And I was coming into the house with all my packages, and my phone was just going off, and it was in my pocket. I'm like, who's trying to get a hold of me?
Quickly calling Arnot back, Patrick would learn he was the 2023 Nurse of the Year.
That was the shock for me.
But others weren't nearly as shocked by this news.
I've never worked with a nurse like him ever in my whole career, and I've been a nurse since 1983.
His treatment goes beyond a patient's illness.
The fact that he was recognized for his work among the hundreds of nominations that Press Ganey received certainly says that there's something special that he brings to the organization and to his work.
Having someone like Patrick on the team
is right up there, par to par with the Cleveland clinics of the world, or the Geisinger or Mount Sinai.
And Patrick has made one thing very clear.
I didn't do this for any accolades. I didn't do it for any award.
For him, it's always about the patient.
It doesn't take a lot to really impact somebody's life.
Because sometimes all you need is a string of lights to brighten someone's day. For Arnot Health, I'm Lexi Cutmore.